CMC, for the people, by the people, and to the people. Citizens Movement for Change. Oh yes, a new day has come. Yes, a new day has come. Rise up Liberia. CMC, for the people. CMC, by the people. Let us join our hands together to build a better life. CMC, CMC, for the people. CMC, by the people. Let us join our hands together to build a better life. Equity, national unity, transparency, accountability, social justice, integrity, CMC core values, CMC Global. It is a new day for Liberia. It is a new day for the people. Let's hold together. Let's hold together. It's a unity. Raise up a hand. CMC. The land of liberty, the land of freedom, the love of liberty brought us together. Let's hold together in peace and unity to build a better Liberia. CMC, CMC, for the people. CMC, yes, by the people. Let's hold together in peace and unity to build a better Liberia. CMC, CMC, yes, for the people. CMC, yes, by the people. Let's hold together in peace and unity to build a better Liberia. CMC, yes, 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 the time has come.
CMC, yes, yes, Ansu, yes, there's a new dawn. The time has come. How are you, brother?
Good, Madam Griggs. Let me say, good afternoon, to your end because, or good morning, whatever time, it may be. I say, how's up to you? Good to be here, Madam Griggs. Yesterday we just couldn't flow with the show because of a bad weather. But as we have committed ourselves already, to this, especially to our people, let me say, thank you again. It is good to be on the Tuesday edition for the political lodge. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Ansu, and it's good to be here. I am happy to see you because the last time I checked, they were crowning you as Father of the
The,
Year.
the, the
Right?
special father program, our
Yeah,
special father program honoring us.
yeah. You were honored as Father of the Year. I want to say congratulations to you, but we're going to dive into that a little bit more. I just want to say welcome to everybody in Radio Land, everybody on social media, streets, everybody, everywhere you're watching us from. We are broadcasting from Facebook, YouTube. We'll soon add TikTok to it and also Instagram. So we'll work on that. And I want to welcome everybody. Make sure you share the show. My name is Grace Goa, and I am a CNCmer. This is the political launch. On this platform, we talk about social issues, political issues, and we push CMC agenda. That's why we are here. So it is always good to be here. I am very happy to be here today because we couldn't come on yesterday because the weather was very bad. But today we are here, and so continue to share the show so we can have enough people to listen to us. As usual, we come here Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. We are screaming. No, we are broadcasting in Monrovia from 11:30 p.m. to 1:30 a.m. in the morning, and in the Great United States, we start at 7:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. In the night. So share the show, invite your friends, And remember, Friday, hopefully, we pray there should be no rain in Liberia so the people can get to win their money, that we promised. And then Friday, we'll have like 10 winners because last week, Friday, we couldn't do it. So we have to make sure 10 people win on Friday of this week so they can have a happy weekend. That's why it's good. That's what we're here for, to make the people happy, you know. So it's always nice to be here. There's a lot of news in Liberia. I mean, a lot of things going on. It's a lot, until you don't even know how to start and what to think and everything. But Liberia is where we love so much dearly. And this is where we come from. So we always have to make sure that our people are informed. And that's the reason why this platform is for. We'll come here and the truth must be told because there's a lot of information out there, dissemination. People lie and people talk, evil. Some people tarnish, some people are propagandists. They will say things, and lie to you, make you to believe it. But when you come to this platform, which is the political lodge, the political lodge, when you come to this platform, you know that any information you get here will be authentic. And if we make mistakes on any information we bring to you, or if we put the first segment, we'll come back here and we'll put the second segment. That's how it's supposed to be. So thank you for watching. And we say, let's start. Let's begin talking about what's going on in Liberia. So Ansu, Dr. Francine supposed to be here soon. We're expecting her. I can't help but to just think about. I see a lot of dead bodies again. That's something that's going on in Liberia every now and then. For me, my thing is to talk about our poor people most of the time, although the politics are there, but when you see the people suffering, it gets to you, And I'm seeing a lot of dead bodies. I saw somebody drop and dead, I think around Looking Town. And then I also saw that they found a baby in a plastic bag. I think it's in Simple Bridge, right?
Yeah, Broville.
In
That was in
Broadville.
Broville. Yeah.
A baby was found in a plastic bag in Broadville. And it's so, I mean, I saw that story. I was so sad because I know friends, I have some white friends that have been behind me for a long time. They want to adopt children from Liberia. I don't do that because I don't run such an organization. So when they approach me, I try to introduce them to the system in Liberia. Like, okay, you can go through this. Here's the information. It's been almost 7 years. They still cannot tap anybody from Liberia. And these people, they are well to do. That child will live a good life. I think they wanted 3 children. So, but and that's why I don't get the children are dying. The people, children are suffering, and still people come to adopt these kids. The system getting so much hard time because the system is polluted with fraudulent activities. They want to take money for the people, pay them on the table. But then you see that it's wickedness in high places, one of my friends would say, because I don't understand if these children are suffering, why did not people don't just get them up for adoption then? Because it doesn't make any sense to keep them suffering like that. If a person would take their child and put them in a plastic bag and throw them away, it has to be that person either that wish or they're very wicked because some people are born demonic or they just don't have any means. I know I personally would never give birth to a child. I don't care how I'm suffering to do that. But people, everybody don't have the strength. So we cannot even shame those people because you don't know the level of anybody's strength. So I want you to elaborate a little bit on that child that was found in the plastic bag in Broadville. And
So, like you said, we definitely introduce the topic. If there's any maybe serious or important talking point, we definitely introduce it to you, to the audience, and we'll make sure that we come back. We do final check behind it. We come back to give you the final maybe report or how that story or information ended. So it was too chosen discussing last night when we bounced into that video of a baby in a black plastic bag, a baby in a black plastic bag. And the painful part about it, um, the bystander want to know who found the black plastic, took the baby out, and you could see that was somebody who have, who mother had just given birth to, and which are very, very terrible. So we have said this in many times, and I think the last time uh, on this platform you hosted a female on this platform too, you know, and this is exactly what happened in Liberia, and it tells you that sometimes if people find it so difficult, if if people find it so difficult to really get the way through, in this country. And unfortunately, if they're having to have maybe be going along with a pregnancy, is exactly how it ended. This was just in Moserado, but it happened in the rural area of Malagrix, where you have your people find babies, in the dumpi, they'll find babies on the street, they'll find babies in the drainages. That just how it has been for the past time. And many times people always say, sometimes maybe the person don't have the hand, sometimes because of the way how looking at the entire, how things going on in the country, and that person cannot, that female cannot make it. Maybe how she got the pregnancy and how she carrying that child. So exactly is what happening. So last night, that child was found by some bystander, and as we learned that um the case is currently at Central, because we are hearing different stories coming after that case now, in which we decided again after today, tomorrow we'll come back on now the political launch. We'll definitely fill our put in with information, because we're getting information that it was reported at a Broadville where the incident took place. Police or depot the case there where it was reported, and we're getting information that it haven't been officially turned over yet to Central in Morovia. So what's it today? What's happened? People now accusing. It is alleged that the police now reported that case, never reported the baby case to Senja, and I think that those that came across the child, who found the child, as I also informed that they were arrested by the police. So there are a lot of stories now coming beyond, the baby who were found situation. But as I said, we'll go deep down behind it tomorrow again and come back in with our information. But as for child or babies beyond the screen, it's a regular situation that we are experiencing. It's a regular thing like Liberia, not just in Moserado, in the rural area, or on the fine, the person just carry the baby there, leave the child there, at the end of the day, they run away.
That is a lot, and I wanted to know if Henry is in the studio. So
Yeah, yeah, he's here.
yeah, Henry need to come and play that video with them finding the baby, so we can see the audience on social media and get to see that. But before he comes on, I would like to welcome Darius Topa. He said, I'm watching live from Kanta, Nima County, Liberia. Great show. Thank you for watching, Darius. And also, would like to welcome Grammy King Olua, the greatest PM, or the greatest, or maybe it's a who is that? Uh, yeah, I mean, it's so sad. The thing is, sometimes we downplay the serious mental illness that going on with Liberians. Even us being on social media, sometimes we see that some of our peers, the way they act is not adding up to you, and it all has to do with the war. It's true. People say, "Oh, the war being over so many years ago." Yes, the war being over so many years ago, but people are still going through trauma because of this war situation that happened in the country, and our government did not rehabilitate the people the proper way. um Rehabilitating did not only have to do with rehabilitating with food and place to stay, carrying people in a refugee camp. No, the government when a real government came into play, they should have rehabilitated our people's minds. There should have been counseling on places built all over Liberia, even if it were done in tents. They should have brought people who are professional in those areas to take over counseling in Liberia and let our people minds be anew, because the war was traumatic. And that's just the truth. But they have not done that, and everybody just tried to heal by themselves. Some people who were smart, they were able to go through that,
Mm-hmm.
personally for themselves, and they were able to get back to their regular state. But some people have not. So
Yeah.
these things are part of that. The trauma from the war, it was, the people get to do some things. And if they investigate that matter, they might probably find that person was not even in their rightful mind. To tell you the truth, they might probably find that they were not even in their rightful mind, and then they start to equivalent that to witchcraft. Oh, she eat witch, he eat witch, but those things are not witchcraft. Some people just were born already traumatic, and then the war that we went through, it just made it worse. Our people did not get the proper care as far as counseling and going to therapy or anything, because they will find first, they will diagnose you, and then they will send you to the area that you belong to go to just get the help. So we hope that the police investigate this, and if any mother is falling into this, because people too, when you have babies in America, we learn that most mothers suffer from postpartum depression. So when they have those babies, later on you seeing the baby, it's like the baby took everything away from you. I'm a mother, so I can speak on that. And although you love this creature you love this baby you brought into this world, this creation, you love the creation, you look at the creation, but then you feel resentment again. And then you feel, like you're not supposed to. It's just a kind of terrible feeling. It changes every time. If you are not strong minded, you could be caught up in trying to even do something to that baby. Most parents or most mothers suffer from that here in the States. They have to go through counseling, someone they have to take medication to be able to take care of that baby and let your child grow. So it happens. So it doesn't necessarily mean that when those things happen and then the mothers are bad. No, maybe she going through postpartum depression, and they don't have the environment in Liberia to help somebody like that woman. And that's the reason why you will see things like that happen, to people like those. And that's why when you have the right Dr. Percy, welcome.
Yes, hello, how you?
Good.
Hello, Ansu, hi, Henry, how you doing?
Yeah. That's why I think they're trying to get the video up. But that before you come in, I was just talking about, postpartum depression. There's this baby that was found in a plastic bag in Broadville. And I was just, equivalent this thing to everything you can think about. Because most time now, if that baby was found and that baby, they found the mother guilty, they might probably beat her to death or say she eat witch. Not knowing maybe she could just be suffering from postpartum depression. You are a mother of 4 daughters, so you know exactly what I'm saying. Sometimes you have your baby and you just cry for no reason. I can remember when I had my first child, I was just so overwhelmed, and they brought her and put her on my chest. And there's a connection that got there. But then I started to think about everything else. This is my first child. And so now I'm not thinking about me alone. I have to think about somebody else. I started getting scared. So all those fear factors come into play, and then some people can't take it, and they get, but you will be able to elaborate on this more. I'm just saying that if the country had the necessary help, if they have put all these things into place, these things will not be happening to our people. I really feel sorry for our people, though. I feel so sorry for what they have to go through on a regular, because this country, we look at it that it is not running as a regular country will run. It's not. It's just the truth. Other countries go through different hardship. Like real hardship is just caused by the people in power, and they know how to put hardship on the people, because for them to just put these things into place, concerning our people, so they can get the proper help they need, they find it so difficult that they can't even do that. And that's the part that just I don't know how to fathom. So, but welcome. It's nice to see you. You look very beautiful.
Thank
It's nice to
you.
see you as always.
Thank you. I'm getting ready to travel to celebrate CMC in Minnesota, and also to invite people who are interested in transforming Liberia to join CMC. So I'm preparing myself. I'm psyching myself up slowly to be able to travel. But you know, the issue of postpartum depression is real. is as real as, daylight. Um, when you get pregnant, this is what I want our government and also Liberians to know in general. You go through so many changes in your body. Some people don't get to see it. I mean, we get to see maybe the big nose aspect, because that number one thing that we always say in Liberia, oh, the woman pregnant, look at her big nose, your nose spread when you're pregnant. But we go through physical, real biological physical changes. Okay. I mean, your hips spread. That's number one thing is noted here. And sometimes it takes 2 to 4 years for that hip to get back in place. Then number two, you're going through all the chemical changes because you are responsible for bringing life into this world. So your body experiences those biological chemical, feeding the baby, it's a human being inside of you, your all the things in your head, we call them neurotransmitter or whatever they are for you guys. This changes. So when somebody have a baby, if those chemicals are not in concert with each other, they're not working together, or they're not being supported by the community, her family, her friends, it is likely that she can go fall deeper and deeper and deeper into postpartum depression. Okay. And when you get that postpartum depression, it's like you don't want to have anything to do with your child. You don't want to, sometimes you don't want to have anything to do with yourself. It's an extension of yourself, but you so down, and there's different levels. Most parents, most mother, when you have postpartum depression, you're like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. It's fearful. You bring a human being into this world, especially if you have to do it without any support. And then let alone, if you don't have any support and you have to go through this motion by yourself, it's even more depressing and sad, and you're worrying. So I can understand why a woman sometimes, and this happens, in fact, they have laws in this country where they tell you, say, because they recognize that these things happen to women. They will say, when you have your period, just drop it to the police station, no question asked. No question asked in many states. So you just drop that baby to the police station, you walk away, or to a church. Police station or church, that's one of the two things to tell you to do. Because they know that women experience these challenges during pregnancy leading up to childbirth. I was part of a case, a Liberian woman case that happened in Delaware. This woman ended up killing 2 of her children in the bathtub, okay? Because she was hearing, she was in a relationship with this man who didn't give her the light of day, and going through parts, you can suffer from psychosis, which means that you hear things, people telling you to harm your child or to put your child away. Not only are you just withdrawn, depressed, you don't want to be bothered, but when it goes to a certain extent, it causes postpartum psychosis, where you start to hear bad words. Get rid of your child, throw your child away. And so this woman, she ended up putting the babies in the tub, drowning those babies, killing them, okay, while the husband was at work. And when they finally came to come to the apartment where she was, she didn't even recognize what she had done. I mean, they ended up, through legal means, having me served on the case to prove her psychological state at the time, so they ended up, decreasing her time and understanding that she had psychosis that led to her killing her baby. But imagine you bring somebody in the world and you kill that person, that guilt in addition. So we're very, very careful with her. We're very careful with her to make sure that she got her support. So to answer your question, you're right. This should be a priority of our country if we want to talk about inclusiveness in our government. This is an easy fix. We already have a built-in mechanism. Our community like pregnant people, they like women to show their, their belly, and all of that stuff. So we have a built-in. So it's just a matter of people showing that extra care for a woman who's pregnant. Times are hard, so maybe that's why women might give their babies. But yes, just to speak about that might be why. Yeah, I know you guys want to play the tape.
Yeah, thank you so much, Doc. I mean, you explained so well. I just like because you're seeing such a thing. I've seen one year in America as well. It was on the TV where the woman killed her 5 children, and she was going crazy. Her husband went to work, and although they will punish you, yeah, you will go to prison, but the people understand too it's a kind of a sickness
Mm-hmm.
that bother these people, and it's so sad.
It is.
Every child has the right to be born, and
Even if
and
you're born Liberian, you won't go back to, when you get
yeah,
born. You really...
you're born like brain, say, but what the heck I do here? You say
Yeah, exactly.
you gotta gear up and say, you know what, we always survive. Yeah,
Yes, there's the struggle in the cause of the people. The struggle
so go
continues.
continue. Yeah, so the child has the right to be born, and that child has the right to live. And it's so sad for me to see that because I have friends, and these my friends are white people. Some of them can't have kids, and they really was going back to Liberia to find children to adopt. They really wanted kids so bad, and every time they go there, the system getting so much problem. But look, other people getting their children because sometimes you don't have the means. I don't know what really happened because they said the police is still investigating. But most of the time in Liberia, because Liberians are very strong people. I will give it to us. We are where we came from is so far. And what we have endured is just a lot. And we still rise up every day and go and do what we have to do. And that's the beauty of Liberian resilience. That's why I like. And I hope they show that in 2029 elections that enough is enough. I hope they show that when it comes there. But the resilience of Liberians is so powerful. But to see our people suffer the way they suffer, and other people in the other world got all this money and want to even help, but then the system will not even allow them because when they go there, they ask them for money and this and that and the other. And it makes it so hard for them to adopt a child in our country. But we hope things change, and that's the change that we want. And that's the reason why we are here, And I know I saw them in the studio, they're having problem to play that video. They can't play it.
Yeah.
Y'all can play it now. Jesus. Oh God, I'll tell you. Oh, look at our feet. Oh God, Jesus. Oh
Yeah.
I can't even see
So they
it.
just wrapped the baby in a plastic bag.
Yeah, they put that child.
They play cool.
Yeah. Emma, that don't have me that phone, yeah.
Oh. What be you carrying?
I carry it.
Yeah.
This weekend.
I found the little.
Oh, you want a baby they can carry to somebody.
Oh, you want to
The person can't get after that baby.
Hey man, you want to say something for you? You can't
Get to the hospital.
They play cool.
Yeah. Emma, that don't have me that phone, yeah.
Oh. What be you carrying?
I carry it.
Jesus. Yeah. The baby live?
What play you carrying?
Yeah.
The baby living, right?
Yeah. I'm trying to search for the other photo after they took the baby home. I don't know whether he or she behaving very well, dressed. So I'm trying to get the other photo and send it to you so you can.
Okay, so they want to cut it, they want to and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. They need to give me that baby.
Mother Grace.
Man.
Well,
Well, what is the husband part in this whole thing? Because this is always about a female. What is the man on the part? It's just to go in and
donate the sperm.
And donate the sperm. Because if your partner, after they had the child going through a certain thing, the man supposed to be there. That's why they call partnership. That's why we call allow two people to have a kid. Or else a woman could just say that be married and get a baby, just appear in her stomach, she put a job. Yeah, but God, you're not gonna be easy.
No, it's not easy.
You're not gonna be easy. He said, you know what? I will make a man and a woman get together because then they say you will leave your father and mother, you will become one flesh, or even like that boyfriend and girlfriend issue. or even if wherever the woman got pregnant, but a man was responsible for that pregnancy. Where is that man for that woman to try to throw that baby away because she know that nobody will be there for her? It's not right for her to do that either. But still, where is the man part in this whole thing?
Yeah.
Where is the boyfriend, the husband,
And
bro?
yeah, and one of the good thing about Liberia is the true meaning of it takes a village to raise a child. But this village does not say that the father should be, gone. It takes everybody. And the village starts with at least the father. And I'm saying this because, and I hope that will be one of the things as countries involved in Liberia, grows, that we should keep that. How many times when your neighbors, didn't just punish you because you're acting bad, or you went to school, the teachers chastise you because you're acting bad. There was nowhere. I'm going to go tell my mom, your mom come to the school to come fight for you and all of those things. There was no, so those good things, I think that we can keep. Like it takes a village, and you said you rightfully, where's their father? What support are you giving this woman?
Did you rub her feet at night? Did you give her water to drink? Did you help to satisfy her craving?
Yeah.
There's someone who will get pregnant who can speak. I don't know how bad my neighbor me. I think I'm trying.
I'll tell you though about with our, we got one store called Wawa. Yeah. Oh my God, the Wawa Italian hoagie. That one part. I used to crave it. Wawa Italian hoagie. Oh my goodness. So yeah. So the question is, were you there for that woman? Or did you just come get her pregnant the opposite gunshot way?
Oh Lord, I'm gonna find my ear that way. Real gunshot way.
It's an overall talk now.
That's an overall talk right there. What she said? Her daughter has 7 children. She said, "My child, they gay. As soon as the boy call her knee, Annie, she already pregnant. They just need to call her knee."
No, y'all welcome to the show, baby. This is the place where we just relax and discuss genuine issues that are going on in Liberia. At this point, we are discussing postpartum. Oh, how cute!
Is a she?
I think with the pink, maybe.
Yeah, with the pink, it means that's a girl. Oh my goodness, look at her. She's gonna be Miss Liberia.
She's pretty too.
Be president of Liberia, you never know.
Yeah, well, that's why all of the children, lives are important. Lives matter. All life matter,
Yeah.
But you just never know how the baby will turn out.
No.
She could be, Miss USA. She could be Miss the next president of Liberia. She could be many things.
Or the prime minister of England or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Speak of a person in this life. But we thank God that is story in there, very well.
Mm-hmm.
The baby still has her life, and we will continue to keep her in our own prayers. At least the Liberian people are able to save that baby.
Yeah,
and that's one of the most important thing, and that's why.
The baby's name. What do they call the baby name? What the baby?
Answer the name the baby already. We can hear you.
You getting us here?
Yeah, now we can hear you.
Yeah. So I say it happening far, very, very far from us. Yeah, tomorrow I'll be at the police headquarters. Again, as I said, to do follow. There are a lot of stories coming behind this whole baby. A lot of stories coming also, but we'll get the full information tomorrow again. At least we just brush our orders out before we run in the show tomorrow evening.
Yeah, and so I think the father should be held accountable, Grace.
Yes, I think the father should be held accountable for the baby. That's the right thing to do. It takes two.
Yes, it takes two. So even though we understand the mother, maybe she's going through her issues, the assessment and what have you will determine her level of, postpartum depression or postpartum psychosis, whichever she's dealing with. But you can't just pregnant a woman and just feel like your job is done. No, you have to be able to be there, like Grace said, to rub the foot, run errands, be a guidance to the child, okay? Mm-hmm. And so it takes two to tango. It will take two to be responsible. So I hope that tomorrow answer you, and find out if we know where the father is. What was the father's role?
So talking about fathers, that let's change as we get that information. But talking about fathers, yesterday, actually, Sunday was Father's Day.
Yes.
And I want to say Happy Father's Day to all the fathers that actually are fathers that step in the plate. And majority of Liberian are good fathers.
Yes.
You know, we watch social media, we see them, you know, the way they interact with their children and the way of everything, you know. So we respect those kind of people. We say Happy Father's Day to all the fathers. We already made a video for that for CMC. And besides that, you know, we made a video thanking all our CNC fathers, including our political leader, Honorable Musa Hassan Belete. We also send a Happy Father's Day to our husbands. And so we did it 9 yards. We gave them flowers.
We sure did.
Yeah. So Happy Father's Day again to all our Liberian men and sympathizers and well-wishers of Liberia. And all the men around the world that are stepping into that plane and being fathers, we see you people. We see your work. We see your effort. God bless you always. But shifting gear, that letter from Sakapie.
Yes.
The letter from Sakapie.
So
before I read the letter from Sakapie, I would like to say welcome to our chairman, James Yogi.
Yes.
Good evening to you all. I am following live from Monrovia. The show is always great. Thank you, CMC, the way to a better Liberia. Thank you, Chairman. And then we'd like to say welcome to DF's David M. Kwa. He said he's following from Ganta this evening. We would like to welcome Honorable George Bole. He sent his love and his strength to CMC. And we'd like to say welcome to Sylvester Sandy Carter. He said, good morning from my end. I am following from the Carter's Avenue in Nima Embassy in District Number 2, Mangibi County. Welcome, Sylvester, and, you know, Happy Father's Day to you all. And also, we would like to say thank you for always watching. Continue to share the show. But I want to read this letter for Sagapi. I want you to dissect the letter for me.
Yes, please do.
There's two letters, but I will read the most recent one.
Yes.
From Honorable Musa Hassan Belete, the political leader of Citizens Movement for Change.
Absolutely.
You know, he got these famous letters that always come out every Sunday.
Yes.
Morning. And the letters, I tell you, they're amazing. I have advised him to make a journal on these letters. I mean, make a journal book for people to read these letters, you know, because they are very meaningful and it could help a lot of people in their own lives. It has to do with everything, the letters concerning everything you can think about. So sometimes he talk about politics in Liberia, sometimes we talk about his life being raised, he will talk about his experience as a businessman. It depends on that day how he land on his bill and he twists on his phone.
On Saturday, what side of pay that?
Yeah. Where side of the bay that on whether he twisted it near on the level of the red or the pillow.
Then he's backing up.
It depends. That letter when you represent how Dennis treated him out there before he went to bed. Or they can be in that letter something.
It says Denise watches your parents cracking up too.
It depends on you. Hello, Supo. And he wanna get Sawali or whether she cooking Kesawali and he was telling father how he read in that letter. Let me read a letter for Sakapie.
Yeah, before you read, I just wanted to add, you know, it's really nice to have down to earth, you know, political leader and his wife and friends, because we can laugh and joke. You know, nothing too serious. So yes, I just wanted to add that. Go ahead.
Life is that easy.
Yeah,
like you have to make life that easy, that. And you have to love on the people that love on you. The people that care about you, that's the people you care about. Absolutely. The people that respect you, that's the people you keep around. So you make life that easy. Like if we were working with Benedict and you were gonna this, that, I would just remove myself because I don't like all that. My life is not, it's not that serious. But he is a very humble man. Yes. And it makes it easier to want to work with him. It makes it easier to want to work for him. And also to push an agenda. So it comes easier because he makes it easy.
Yes.
So that's what the person when you work in the office, you can tell when the people are productive because the boss is, you know, the boss will be very open with the people. But when you got that boss that always, just taking my own time tapping. You don't tell me.
Yeah. 9 to 5. Yeah, for 9 to 5.
Yeah, we just not go far that yeah. Even if I can produce more
Yeah.
work and do more stuff for the office, I would refuse. I just doing my 9 to 5. The actual way I still doing 9 to 5 that what I'm doing.
Yeah.
When you go boss the Musa or Hassan Benete, you want to even just do more because the way he will even speak to you, the
Correct.
way he interact with you, you know,
Yeah.
and that's why I think he will make a great leader of
Yeah.
Liberia. I personally think that. But then we got primaries, so we have to go to primaries. So you know, let's see what happens. That the best man win.
Yeah. That's how we feel. And
Yeah, that's how we feel.
that's only following by the rule of law, our own constitution.
Yeah. But I mean, he's a very great
Yes.
boss.
Very
Yeah.
humble.
It's easy to work with him, and that's the reason why we make this sacrifice because we are here. I know most of the people asking how you got those people to work, but because the way he interact with you is that easy.
Yes.
Yeah, but if you know me, you know I'm a very strong woman. I have my own willpower, my own mindset. So you be able to just talk to me, you have to be becoming strong and telling me exactly what it is that you would do for me to even want to join. So you know, and then you got Dr. Francine, who would, you know, she would tell you exactly how she feels. Although sometimes she would make it nice, but she's telling you.
I'm telling you. Yeah, maybe it'll come out nicer, but yeah.
So, and that's the brilliance of Mr. Musa Hassan. He's a very brilliant man. So it's easy to work with him.
Yes.
But he said the letter from Saka.
Yes.
Title: Keep looking for the businessman. You see how I told you, I said depending on how you lay on the pillow. He said, I was born in struggle, raised in Sakapi, where the soil was rich, but life was hard. My mother, a humble farmer, broke her back so I could go to school. My father, a generous man, carried not just the weight of his own children, but that of nieces, nephews, and neighbors' kids. We lived under one roof, many mouths, little to eat, but we had each other.
Yes.
Those humble.
I want that way, you know.
Yeah, I should take it easier.
Yeah, step by step, you know.
You enjoy me reading it last.
Reading it. Yeah, I enjoy you making me, you know.
Yeah.
You think powerful.
No, from those humble beginnings, something stirred inside of me. In class, I was the student leader. He had it in him. In the schoolyard, I was a journalist, reading the news from 7th grade through 10th. Then the war came. Like many others, I fled to Monrovia, but I carried my passion with me. I returned to journalism. I became a columnist and I formed my voice. I see how you can write like this.
I see why you can involve in seeking justice.
Yeah. At Zion Academy, I worked my way to becoming student council president during the interim period. And during those days, a door opened through the late Sheikh Kafuma Kone and Mr. Clifford Flemister. I met Dr. Emma Sawyer. Through Dr. Sawyer, I met men and women who shaped my values and sharpened my convictions. Dr. Sawyer became a father to me. His wisdom, his belief in justice, his faith in people like me still lives in me today. But soon I realized something. In Liberia, if you want to serve your people without compromise, you must be self-reliant. That's why I entered into business, not for profit, but for independence. I knew that if I couldn't take care of myself, I would be forced to choose between survival and integrity. And I chose integrity. My God, that is so true. Survival and integrity.
Powerful.
Force integrity.
That was a smart move.
Yes.
Absolutely smart move.
Yes. My business became my foundation, not a source of wealth, but a tool for service. I poured more into people than I took out for myself. If I had chased only profit, I would be much richer today. But I choose a purpose over profit, and that choice has cost me. Yeah, my brother.
Purpose over profit.
It costs a lot of also for your own well, yes.
Yes.
They look for the businessman in me at CPP. They look They looked during the speakership saga. They still look today. Belete is a businessman, they say. He will make a deal. And I laugh. Not because they are wrong about my background, but because they misunderstand my soul. Oh, my.
Absolutely. We got somebody who can be making a deal in
Yeah.
this country.
Yes.
That's
Instead of
what
they look at your kindness,
Mhm.
they made mistake and they just look at the business part. That's what he's saying.
It's
They
in the
thought I would trade principle for protection.
principle for protection, purpose or profit. I'm
Yes.
liking this.
They
Survival
thought I
or
would-
integrity.
they thought I would trade principle for protection when they took his business and they started to tell him that they were going to take his business. You know, just because of that speakership position. And the reason behind that position was that some people did not want to be audited. So even they went after Fanati Kofa because that ways and means, that Vice President Jeremiah Kun was part of that ways and means. And to me, he was the main engineer behind this whole destruction that happened in the House of Representatives. And I don't know whether Liberians should forgive Jeremiah Kun, that Vice President, because of that. And I'm speaking my mind. Let me read Berete's letter from Sakapi. Yes. They thought I would trade principle for protection. Because of that speakership, they took the main business for him. You have to compromise or else we'll take your business. Now you took the business. 118 people lost their job, brother.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about that?
Yeah.
118 Liberians, better stay right here, car. Because you know what? That business is not that made him. He made the business. And he told you, you mistake his businessman profession for his soul. The businessman had nothing to do with his soul because he loved that brother to the depth. He would do anything for his people.
Yep.
Girl, this letter is too much for me.
Yes. Amen.
They thought I would trade principle for protection, that I would sell all my beliefs to keep my business afloat, that I would bend when United Party tried to break me. They were wrong. I refused to abandon the rule of law caucus, even when it cost me 40% of my revenue.
Yeah.
Even when it cost him. We know people like you in the government, if you were ability, you would have never stood your ground. You would have caved.
Money.
Money means everything to you more than anything else. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh God, girl.
Yes. But you know something what's concerning to me, the Grace? The fact that we can have a government that tried to blackmail ability in order for him to forget about the rule of law. That is very concerning to me, you know, that somebody can try to use his business, take his business away from him and say, since you don't want to talk, since you don't want to be on my side, since you want to be rule of law, you want to stand up to the government, I'm going to make sure that you suffer. I'm going to make sure that 118 of Liberians, that's that's scary. That's almost like.
And since you know very well in the little minds, you know, because people that I call it little minds thinkers. Oh, you think they're coming to audit us, and then if we make you speaker, you want to audit us, so we'll make sure it doesn't happen because we don't want it like people to know that we stole all this money. It was all about that. You took 40% of your revenue, and you took food from other Liberians workers' mouths. Their children will not be able to go to school because of your greed and selfishness. But your kids live here in America. We need to start rating on the people and children in the country. Seriously, telling the people what their parents are doing in where they live at.
Yeah.
But then he said, they thought I would trade principle for protection, that I would sell all my beliefs to keep my business afloat, that I would bend when United Party tried to break me. They were wrong. I refused to abandon the rule of law caucus, even when it cost me 40% of my revenue, even when 118 hard-working Liberians were impacted. I stood firm because some things are worth more than money. Hey, God, that thing, that's some things in this life.
Things, principle,
are worth more than money. That money cannot buy.
Yes, principle for protection. Yeah.
I want to catch your heart, but I want to catch my heart. Say some things are worth more than money.
Yes.
It's not money with everything. People don't understand.
A purpose-driven life is worth more than money.
He said, if I have bowed to pressure, I will still have my business. I will still have a business. but I would have lost myself. And the very same people spreading whispers about me who have said, we knew it, he made a deal, but I didn't, and I won't. That's why you ask me, you come and call me, because when they call me and you ask me, why you behind Belete? This is the reason why I am behind Belete. Yes. Because Belete, you can even discern him from right on the screen to know who he is. I don't understand how y'all like people don't see it. No. You don't see good when you see somebody. I don't know how, because the hate is being spread so much until when you see the person, all you see is hate. Until you get to know people, you will never know the goodness of their heart. Brainwashed. Give other people a chance. You see me, somebody say, he said, Grace, that you don't even know me. Why you believe that? Get to know me. Mm-hmm. Get to know me. And that's all we're saying here. That's all we're saying. If I have bowed to pressure, I will still have a business, but I will have lost myself. And the very same people spreading whispers about me would have said, the very same people spreading whispers about me would have said, we knew it. But there. Oh, yeah, but you know. Yeah. He made a deal, but he didn't. And I won't. He won't. Yes, I am a businessman by trade, but politics is my calling. Service is my passion. Justice is my compass. And belief, deep, burning belief is my fuel. Fuel. Yeah. My goodness, this letter is the other letter for Saturday. Yes, deep. I like it. I love it. Yeah, yes. I think they really had a good day in Sakapi that. He said, so keep searching, keep looking for the businessman. You will find a father, a fighter, a servant, a survivor, but you will never find a man for sale. That's correct. Yes, I am a businessman by trade, but politics is my calling. Yeah, service is my passion. Justice is my compass, and belief, deep, burning belief, is my fuel. So keep searching, keep looking for the businessman. You will find a father, a fighter, a servant, a survivor, but you will never find a man for sale. Leader, down to earth. Yes, especially you're in politics in like, bro. They can just buy you for chicken change. Quick. The man say he's not for sale. Nope. Newsflash. Belete is not for sale. Just so you know. Yeah. I've been through fire. I have walked through storms. I have known loss. I am still here. Not because I made deals, but because I made sacrifices. I believe. I still believe. And in the end, belief always outlive ambition. So search all you want. You will give up eventually because the businessman you are looking for, he doesn't exist. Wow. Yes. 1,700 people like this particular post. Jesus. Yes. He told them. Our political leader told them. Let me breathe. He told them. Oh my God. He told them. You know, and I mean, let's take a deep breath because there's a lot to unpack. The letter too heavy. I like it. I love it. The letter is very, very heavy. Yeah, and there's so much of what he said that a piece of it is in all of us, you know. So a piece of ability is in all of us. I like how he said, I was born in struggle. You know, he identifying with, you know how some people when they become rich and they forget who they are, they forget who their friends are, where, and all of that stuff. So he said, I was born in struggle, you know. Yes, he said life was hard. He not sugarcoating it. Life was hard. And my mother, he gives a lot of respect to his mother. Yeah. Yes. I also noticed that he said his father was a giver. His father was kind. Yes. You know? Yes. He said that too. But then something, you know, when you have a lot of love around you, sometimes you may not have the financial needs, but the love that makes you feel rich. You don't even know you're poor, you know? Yeah.
So that's kind of that's the picture that he painted for me. So there was a lot of mouths to feed, and my father was here. There was a lot of mouths, but little to eat. But we had each other. So you had each other, and that's what.
And that's a great feeling, man. Even if you don't have food to eat, when
Yes.
you know other people there, you got each other. That all that matters.
All that matters, because there's somebody you can laugh with, somebody you can talk to, somebody you can bounce off. So that family, that first family, that your first social experiment with people, the people who are in your corner, so that your first way of negotiating with your family and friends. So yes, I like it. I really, really like it. And throughout the letter, he was just trying to tell us that there's certain principles that you grow and you learn as a human being, and those principles stay with you. You would choose that over making money. Yes, you gifted. He's gifted in making money. Like he said, I'm a businessman, but I'm choosing to let my business help me help other people. I could be a lot richer, he said. Yes, I could be a whole lot richer, but that's not what fuels me. That's not what energizes me. What energizes me is me helping, contributing to change, transforming the world. And that's a great way to live. I think that's a little bit of why we joined this Mr. Ability, PL Ability, because a part of him is in us in terms of wanting to see the world a better place. Yes. What good is it to live when you're just gonna meet the world and leave it the way you left it, like you met it. Leave it the way you met it. What good is it?
You know what? Before you move forward, I had a presentation where I was doing my undergrad in Middlesfield University.
Yeah.
And they told me to talk about Legacy Holding Foundation. It's a foundation I founded in 2009 that did a lot of work in this world that we live in. But one of the things I said when I was speaking, I hope my professor, her name is Professor Russell Loretz, Patricia Russell Loretz. She was the head of my department communications in Middlesfield. She follows me on Facebook. She liked my silliness. She even came to my graduation party. That's how she loved me. Yeah, but one of the things I said, it was not scripted. And I think they coined out those words in Middlesfield, and people were using it a lot. And they say they would quote a great scholar. And I said, what is life if you can't help somebody? Yes, I said that. It just came out of me. But what is life if you can't help somebody? I just want to say that.
Yeah, and it's true. And that's some of the themes that Mr. Ability is running through here. A lot of people, when they think of businessmen make deals. We have the art of the deal. That's what business people, big book that they like. But he's saying, no, you got it wrong. If you think that you use me to go against the rule of law in the name of making a deal, you're wrong. You got it wrong. If you think that you use me in a way that will stop me from transforming Liberia, contributing, you got it wrong. I'm not that type of businessman. But something smart he did too, I like that, when he said, I became a businessman because I wanted to be independent. I didn't want people bribing me, which is in essence what he was just exposed to. Bribe. Like people are saying, listen, we're going to bribe you so that you wouldn't stand for the rule of law. If you do stand for the rule of law, we're going to take your business away from you. And he said, no, because I'm a businessman, I've worked hard, I've made money, and so nobody can come and just flash money to me and then make me feel like, oh, I will change my values, my integrity. You can't do that to me. And that's
in other words, I'm not a seller.
I'm not a seller, and I'm not for sale. He said that, And we talk about this a lot. A lot of people think, why are we interested in Liberia? We want jobs and stuff like that. And you myself always say, when you reach to a certain place in your life in the United States, and you pretty much have seen it all and done it all, and you use your senses, okay? It's about giving back. We're in the quarters our lives, So what more we want? Big job, right? Big car. What? I know where you drive.
We're talking about that. You and myself, we said that
Yeah.
You know, you come, you live the American dream, you get a house in the suburb, and you live in that life. And that was just telling me because we're doing some business transaction, which I can't explain yet. But then
Yeah.
she said, Grace, our children going, they're leaving. Then you in the big house. What service is the house to you anymore?
That's right.
All your kids already gone. They're going to live their own life.
Yes.
Yeah, those things, it look like vanity.
Yes.
You just want to give back to community.
Yes.
And in this, our community is Liberia, and that's the bigger picture.
Yeah.
You know, I know people said that we're not like the other people who just still looking for money. The greed for money is playing a whole new game in Liberia politics, and with the people that are being hired every day in that country. The leadership changes from hand to hand. The people so greedy for money that they can't see that people are walking near them in Liberia and dying from starvation. Or policemen just drop to look at that junction and die.
I saw that.
They don't say about that policeman made a $200 a month, man. Why do people pack up millions? Look at the stealing that went onto LTA.
Yes, LTA. Look at this, the yellow machine stealing.
Yeah, go ahead. You're talking about what letter from Saka.
No, and I'll tell you that we've been there, done that. Been there, done that. You know, you when the kids are leaving, so I'll be in a house with four bedroom. You got and then jail living and I love my husband face, love my husband face, in my own office. No, that is not. That is a piece of happiness, but it's not all to it. Okay. So yeah, I enjoy the letter, man. The man correct. That's what I can tell you. He correct. And
these are his stories, though.
Yes.
These are his life-changing stories.
Mm-hmm.
On day to day, there's a letter that we missed before this letter, and we will read that letter on Thursday.
Yeah.
These are his changing stories. If you are smart and you want to learn life lessons, you want to read Benedict letters from Sakapi. Honorable Benedict, if you're watching us, put those letters into a journal book. We don't want you to change anything. Don't let no publisher write A near your B.
Yeah.
Just take those letters and just put it in a journal and make it a book. From the day one you started writing, let them be a way, you put it in a way that it starts from when you started writing the second one, the first one. Don't mix matching. Put them in accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
So we can have those, you can sell that book to us. Or
Yeah.
you can give it to schools, give it to the school kids in Liberia.
Yes.
You can take it as part of the learning process. You read those letters.
A lot of civic education. Yeah.
On your homework beginning to where you are, it will help a lot of people. So we hope you're listening and you can, do that. That's what I would like to say.
And one of my final thoughts about the letter would be like he said, I've been through fire. I've walked through storms. I've no loss. And I'm still here. I'm still standing. Not because I made deals, but because I made sacrifices. When the nights he couldn't sleep or when he didn't sleep because he was selling Campbell. That's all I'm thinking about right now. Selling gas. Being a tailor boy, he told us the story before. I believe, he said, I still believe. I believe that Liberia will be transformed one day. I believe in my contributions to Liberia. And in the end, belief always outlives ambition. No matter how ambitious you can be, you can want to be the best hairdresser, blah, blah, blah. If you don't believe in yourself, you'll be facing hair, but then it'll be come and go, touch and go, because you don't believe in your own self. So he said that the chicken pie I let the chicken pie small. He said, so you must sit down there. You must search all you want. Y'all be looking for the businessman, okay? Me, an extraordinary type businessman. You will give her eventually, y'all keep searching. Because that businessman you're looking for, the businessman that just want to make deals, that doesn't have any principles, that doesn't have any integrity, y'all keep looking. Y'all look other places. But y'all not find that one you're looking for. Yeah. In my ability kingdom, my ability world. Okay? Because he does not exist. That businessman does not exist. So I rest my case. I'm done.
That businessman does not exist. And somebody just texted me and wanted me to read this. So it says that when you conquered, they're watching us. Say when you conquered and achieve all in this life, you look for the next adventure. Since
True.
we have been blessed, giving back to society, to Liberia, this is what fuels ability. Yeah, he has achieved everything. He came from a very humble beginning.
Yeah.
And I like this is my only part I know we let it let go because we could be talking all night about this letter.
Yeah, oh, that little happiness story.
But I wanted to say that leaders, like I told you that thing before, one time I said it and you change your face because you know you got facial expression, everybody can. I know AB can be looking at you and say, "Whoa, why she doing that?"
You be texting me, fix that face.
Yeah, I told you when they back one day you had that facial left. What? Leaders are born, they cannot be made. I'm telling you, if you don't have leadership within you, it's an inborn or talent. If you don't have it before you step into that plate, when you step into that plate, you will never succeed. Because people can make leaders. They say, you know what, the person here, they did this, so we'll put in there, we'll do this. But you will see they will flock. But people who were born leaders, those are the people that excel. You see, Barack Obama, everything he did in America here, this and that, but you saw how he stepped into the plate. They make him with swag. You knew straight that he was destined for this. Yes, he came with swag. You knew he was destined, and he made his record before he left the 8 years. That's what you call leaders are born. Now, I'm not saying to you that they will not have some flaws, because every human being got something weird, but you know the accomplishment is just way more.
Yeah.
And Benedict was born a leader. Look how he came from a humble beginning. This man, he said he started something starting in class. He was the student leader.
Yeah.
He started from school. He was the student leader. In the school, yeah, he became a journalist. He started reading the news for the 7th grade class. He out to that play quick because it's in you. It's in your belly.
Yes.
And then they walk in, and then when he went to Zion, he worked his way becoming the student council president. You think to be student council president of Zion that time, that's in Zion. Hey. You know, we used to go to the basketball because in Zion. Hey. But when we used to be there in basketball, be there. Zion.
It's a beer in basketball. Beer is a beer.
And then we got to that sport commission and small thing, man. Sure. If you the call last year, she used to come from Zion, she would work on short transfer. Whether you think my pocket rack, can't see what can't see me and my friends. That's how I put women. Spade, what? Oh, man, we have my bro was sweet.
Yeah.
That was sweet. Yeah.
Racket, CMC.
CMC. Well, just showing now, I will be walking to the program in so that I was showing another step before that day.
Yeah, we gotta pull one up. We gotta see it. Racket Shaker CMC.
Exactly, Racket Shaker CMC. But the thing is that the way you see his humble beginning, right? This man stepping to the plate to be the time he's talking about. Yeah, I remember exactly around that time because compared to how he explained his story, it could be around in the 80s. To be a president for student council president in Zion, where Fred Moja they didn't want to have a school like that. Because you know that making for America, and he had those trainers together that time. That's huge.
It's huge.
He stood in the play. He was the student council president. That's the leader that is within him. He was the lead. Look how the men walk majestically with the rule of law caucus that day when they were walking, going to that. I still got a video, man. I can look for the video.
That
video is historical. That video is historical.
To hold a group of people together for that length of time.
That video is too historical, man. That man was walking majestically with his colleagues, and they all look like it was just so heavenly to me.
Yes.
You know? To see our legislatures,
they stood up high,
standing up there, standing their ground, and say, "We will not accept this."
Yes,
and they were walking to the Capitol building.
Yes,
children will come and be born and see that.
Yes,
and they will feel proud that they are Liberians because a certain group of people stood their ground. Yes, and say, "I don't care whether I win. I don't care whether you don't want me. The law had to abide, and we have to go back." and
Yes.
do the right thing. Because why? The law is the law.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, oh, man.
That is the law.
The video here. I don't know what the video say.
That
Let
is-
me try the one.
Let me see.
I don't know that the video here, but let me try the one.
Mm-hmm.
Lord Jesus, the thing was so historical. I took the pictures and stuff, and I think I posted it on one of our pages. But it was so historical, and thank God for the technology we have now in the world, that these things are going to be remembered.
Amen.
These things are going to be remembered, and the children will be able to dissect the truth from the lies.
Yep.
Yes, they'll be able to dissect the truth from the lies, and they will tell the story.
Yep.
They will be able to tell the story, because one thing about our children, our generation, we are good at destroying one another, but our children generation, they just want the truth to be told. They don't care.
Right. They have everything accessible to them to make.
And they want to look into things and say, you know what, you all said that, but let me find out what this and this and this. They don't have that kind of hate that we have.
So folks, good morning. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are following us from. We are live from Capitol Hill, the crown of the Capitol building precisely. Well, this morning the rules of the caucus members are heading to the Supreme Court. As we all know, today will be the final hearing of the Bill of Information that was filed in by the Speaker, Speaker Fernandez, Jonathan Kufat of the 55th National Legislature. So the members of the rules of the caucus are in numbers this morning, heading to the Supreme Court for the final hearing of the Bill of Information that was filed in by the Minority Bloc Speaker. So keep sharing, invites others to follow, and drop your comments as well. So present here we're seeing the stand-up bearer, the newly stand-up bearer of the newly political party that was established, CMC, Honorable Musa Hassan Beredit is here. From Name County District number 7, we see Honorable Eugene.
That is historical, girl.
That is historical.
That is historical, and you can't take it away from them. They made history.
They sure did.
Although they try to downplay it all they want, the government tried to downplay this. The partisan, they try to downplay it, but this is history.
Yeah,
it would never be forgotten. Our children and children.
Somebody stood for like
generations. Then will come and see this, and they will thank those men that you see walking, because they stood their ground for the law to work. And they made a point that there was not enough people to have voted Fanatic over out of office, and that too was accomplished. They did that.
Not enough.
Yeah, we can move on from this. I tell you, this is
and one part I wanted to add, is the importance of having a mentor. So, I saw he mentioned a couple of people who mentored him, like Amos Sawyer, which Amos Sawyer was a good leader in terms of, I like his politics. I read a lot of his books, so I enjoyed that he recognized people who support him in his past, and it would mold him. The thing about molding is you develop into your own self, you take piece from here, and then you become who you want to become. So I like that recognition that he gave to, it was Sawyer and Flemister. And somebody
and who else?
There was somebody else he mentioned that.
And you always have to have a mentor. The people that will mentor you, like I talk about Teresa Rosa Lores. School, she mentored me.
Yes.
I said I had deep conversations.
Yes,
I went to do business administration. That's what I was going to school for. I wrote paper in my communications 100 class, and I had to say, come. change your direction. That is not that business play you go in. That work. You say you want to be communications.
Yes.
Yes. That one paper I wrote, I stood in front of the class and I presented that paper. The professor said, no, they had to recommend me straight to the communication department and how I went and did speech communication with emphasis in public relations. I'm telling you. Yeah, you have to have a mentor. And thank God he had good people for his mentor.
Yes. Yeah.
Mentor him.
Yes.
So, you know,
and mentors are not perfect. Supervisors are not perfect. You know, that anybody, but it's about your discernment that you have to take the good and run with it, or take the bad and learn from it. You know, so that's why I like. But giving recognition, you know, you can't forget that. Just like how you can't forget where you came from, can't forget that.
Yeah, and he's standing on the shoulders of those people. That's what.
Right.
But Adolf Hitler declared World War II because he has something in him. You see that he has something. Somebody told him that he was going to be nothing. And Hitler said no. But he just didn't win a bad way. He said, I have to become something in life.
Yeah.
He one of the most, I don't know what man ever to live.
Yes.
Like other people were taking it, you know, say, okay, I would do this. In the way to other people, Hitler was the best thing they ever, you know, they still talk about him today, but
yeah. I mean, like I said, it's always you gotta take the good, the bad, and ugly.
Yeah.
Make it into your own or whatever.
But thank God, Honorable Musa Hassan Benete, with all his struggles he went through, he still look at the bigger picture, and that's the beautiful thing. Look at the bigger picture, still try to help people to change their lives. And he wants to make sure Liberia becomes a better place, not only for the people in Liberia, but the people also, the Liberians that are in the diaspora, to enjoy that as well. Because many of us want to enjoy that, but because of the way the country is ran, everybody just were afraid. But somebody got to step up to the plate and be able to help to bring that to fruition, to bring that to happen. That's what we are doing.
Yes.
That's what
and you know, we always joke around and say he's the hardest working politician in our country.
Yeah.
You see that. Just look around you. Check in your newspaper. Who's talking about injustices? Who's wanting more for the Liberian people? Like, I want better roads for them. I want school for them. Who talks to the Liberian people about those things? Nobody else but Honorable Musa Bello, you know. So I actually think that, you know, he's one of the hardest working politicians in the country that we have. I really do.
Yeah, and I mean his success I even showed that with success in government and his success in the private sector. So beside him, the hardest working politician, he's one of the hardest working men in Liberia. Period.
Yeah. Add some more dots there.
Yes. Period.
Yes.
The truth has to be told.
Yes.
I have to say the truth on this platform, and Liberian people, you know, you want to take that. And so, do you have any? You want to say anything about this before we move on to another topic? You know, I think tonight, because of the baby, I'm feeling some baby moon in me. Maybe the mother should call in, because somebody donated some money to the mothers here one night and they didn't call in for all the money. So maybe the mother should call in tonight and get some $5. I mean, once you call, you say hello, you are a woman. You automatically get a $5 because the money was donated and they only, I think $15 and $20 were used on that money.
That's true. That's true.
Well, also go ahead. What you have to say about this, my brother?
Thank you. I just been on my hot water break, and we listen to you and you and Dad, you know, and you have said it all for me. I always say this. Yeah, I've been fighting this individual for a very long time, and it left with the Liberian people. You know, in this country, there are people who, when they hate you, they just hate you, even if you are doing the right thing. They will hate you. Even if you're trying to convince in our yes, you can feel that gap for them. They will just hate you because, you know, they don't just see it necessary to support you. But this is an opportunity for this country, indeed, you know. And with all the records, I always love to take the man back. with all the records, and you find all the records, the negative ones, that came out, all just die, and there was nothing that came out. And one day you hear that this individual, this man, indeed, name was cut into such. So we always see it like we should say, if I say we should be congratulating, say congratulations, chief, because we all want people to say that for you. One day your name hasn't been caught in anything. Your name were involved. You say of FIFA, it then became clear. Your name were involved into hero form. It became clear. Your name was into this other one. Clear indeed. This is a man who I want to say the access. Or with regards to declaring the access there at the capital building, and a post of it. Some men who declare access, if you pass the president you have now, and he challenged. This is where I wanted for the people to see the reality in the municipality. He challenged and say all the social media people don't go and do the propaganda thing and all the negative thing. I challenge you people to question me on what I'm declaring, what I have, whether this is not in my control. Nobody went on Facebook to even write anything. So I just see as a Gaussian, and you saw him working with his colleagues there at the Capitol building. I will see at a presidency move in him. The last time again when he spoke, I told you guys again, I said, I haven't listened to that type of voice before, So that's it. It's definitely a brand people will have that auction for 9 to the 2029, excuse me, to make our decision. And at this early stage, he's not working in it, but in anyone interest. Though Madam Grace and the Regis in my Gibby County, that time with a disability, you could see that somebody who have the passion to give, as the people were speaking on their condition, their living condition. Look, the political leader was just holding his head, holding his legs. It would say something really, touching him, like, how can the people be living this type of life? So that's, it brought that mind to me, like, that somebody who found himself in that area, the passion of giving is just part of him. Therefore, for the country, this is the telling. You better try to get on it. If you still doubting, we are moving. This is not an old ship. It's a very new one, fresh indeed. The young people on it, energetic women indeed part of this ship here. Get on board. Before we leave you guys behind. For me, I'm on board already though. We're heading to 2029. Thank you.
Yeah. And you taking your hot water break? Why you on board? You the mail, Anzu.
Yeah, we said thanks to the political laws team, man. Yeah, man, we said thanks to the team. We get running up to 2 o'clock later.
Yes.
How the break working? Oh, Doug, you wanted to come with something today. You said you wanted to discuss. And we were talking. I don't know whether it's the thing that happened to LTA or because they have that information that went on.
Well, no, I did have a question about it, but I really want us to maybe we can go into it, we can read about it more, because I also want the truth to be told here.
Yes.
But one of the questions, so the GSC report came out, everybody, and in the GSC report it said that Abdullah Kamara, who had the GAC, who has the GAC, he was he allegedly fondled some money, misappropriated funds. And so the president suspended him without or with pay. One of them I can't with letters without pay.
Yes.
Okay, the president suspended him without pay. Okay, good. Which is an important step. So a couple of things, that we want to sort of educate our people about is when you misuse the Labrimpo money, you should be accountable and you should pay the price. But then when I backtracked, when did the GSC report come out, Grace? That's what I wanted to wait a little bit, because I want to go read the date.
Yeah.
Okay, number one. Because if the GSC report came out a year ago or 2 ago and the president is just taking action now, it's concerning to me.
Yes.
It's concerning.
So we'll go back and we'll look at our GSC report, because now they say that a lot of money was misappropriated. And they said that I wrote it on my Facebook page. It said the amount of money Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, LACC, has estimated that the total financial scandal at the LTA amounts to US $4,309,662.18 and Liberian dollar 432 million in investment change. And I wrote that thing in my paper, I was like, doggy.
Yeah.
A lot of money. But then look at the rules in Sando. I want the train to come back so they can play that in Sando. Calling on the lawmaker and then to go face that place now. I couldn't use money like that to face it. People are dying in the water there. I just put on the bag and I opened it up for you, Ansu, so you can play that video in Sando there.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so we want you to keep your ears and your eyes open so that we can find out exactly what is happening to LTA. You know, the sad thing about it is we have challenges with our internet system in Liberia, with our phone system, with our telecommunication system. We do. That's the sad thing about it. And to realize that all of this money that, you know, should have been directed at fixing our internet system, why should we have these problems in other part of the adjacent countries to us? I don't think.
Number one, Greenville. They start to help. We are calling upon our lawmakers.
I just sent you the wider one on the platform. I think you should play a go for the people to see the photos of the video.
Yeah, and I was talking to Ansu and you just interrupted me, so it started showing the video, but it's okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, he can play, and then the guy can kind of dark. Sorry so much that he just. Yeah, I mean he's.
No, then he can go ahead. He can play now.
Yeah.
No, go ahead, play now.
No, I think he's looking to get the fullness of it. I don't know if I can get the fullness of it from this end.
We are calling upon our lawmakers. Honorable Romeo Kuya, Thomas Romeo Kuya, District Number 1 representative. We are calling upon you. As you can see, the people of Tatua, they are paying 1,000. District Number 1, Greenville. District, they start to help. We are calling upon our lawmakers. Honorable Romeo Kuya, Thomas Romeo Kuya, District Number 1 representative. We are calling upon you. As you can see, the people of Tatua, they are paying 1,000.
Wow.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Oh Lord, what people? Can you imagine that water when you gain that kind of current? If you see the small water to the amusement park, I was driving past it, you will send that video to Dr. Prince. I keep from the tube. I don't know what guy in my head, man. Went to I think when in Florida, Orlando.
Yeah.
We're Orlando, Florida. We went to the water park. I think it was. Is that Disney World? Yeah, we were at Disney World when I was kids.
Yeah.
And how all these tubes, they ain't not the book again. Then they bring them from the tube straight to the 4 feet water.
Yeah.
When I took care of me, I know. But I was like, Christy, man, did that thing will get you away. I said, no. I will gain the tube.
You tell you're strong. Yeah.
I said, what are you trying to say? I will gain the tube. Guy in that tube. Then he said, when we reached the tube, he said, okay, you will go to when you reach there. And then he said, I'm going. He said, you can go. I said, okay. I put my hand. I put my hand, Lana, and I think, man, when I think God just swing me for I'm going one guy in that 4 feet water, I was drowning. My son said, Mommy, that's just a 4 feet water. I said, man, leave me, man. Oh, better save me.
No, you better see to the brother bring.
When I got in the water, I saw all my age group women they said now with their tower in the swim. I said, but why you want to go to out there? We just this what really wrong with you?
Yeah,
I said we just sitting here, we're feeding the water, we don't get in that stuff.
That's you left. Oh God.
Lord, 13-year-old, your son.
Yes.
Yeah. I finished something for almost drowning myself, but so I got it with all my eye red. Yeah. All the water coming through my nose. But it was just 4 feet deep, Mommy. You went all of that. I said, get for you what I mean.
And you're not even thinking, you gave me when you drown, you think you're about 4 feet deep and all that water, right? You a survivor.
He said, Mommy, you could have just stand up. I said, you know, he said, you could have just stood up in the water and then everything was going to be. Oh.
Actually, it's a horrible feeling because when you driving out, he said to you,
it's a horrible feeling, man. I said, I just want to tell you, God, thank you, say, Lord, I will never, ever pay the poor.
When Bajda, he said, Grace, that's it. I will say, okay.
I was saying, and the whole funny thing was, I just met those women and I said, but 5 of them, 4 or 5, they said, no, got a tower, the baby suit, they got a tower, rabbit running, just put their foot in the water, just shaking it. Then when I came out on the pop, they said, but where you want to go to?
I give you the poor actually give a game.
They were surprised for your age. Why you want to go to that water for that kind of stuff for the 20 year old children? Yes, oh no. I said, yeah, my people.
So just imagine that water that compared to that water that I saw over there.
They carry you straight.
You know what surprised me though? I think they also bike that were going all the water, right? And the bike got stuck.
Yeah.
They had to come, somebody had to kind of lift the bike up, position it a little bit. So I said
that the risk the people
they risk.
Because the people won't cross so bad to go get what they're supposed to get. So they will take their risk. So many people are dying now. What I tell you, go to that town right now, they will tell you. But the people calling on the district or representative, they call him Thomas Quia. Mr. Quia, the person must go first the blow.
But sorry, I'm laughing because I think about you that water there. So
oh God, I stuck.
I'm calling you.
Yeah, sorry. My son calling me. But if I oh God, I gotta answer that.
Yeah. So yeah, I hope you are able to watch the tape of the bridge. I think the bridge got broken. In what part is that? What is that?
In Sando District, in Sando County District 1.
Yeah. So to just think about all the money the people didn't just filtering out of our country, misappropriating, and to know that we have these urgencies, like that needs to be fixed and done. But then I don't know, man. Sometimes
it gets so discouraging.
It does get so
because you see that people they got all the money and they're stealing from the government. Allegedly, they said those money were missing, and when the librarian posted the money missing is missing. But we haven't had any full persecution or investigation on these cases for people to actually go to jail for corruption in our country. So even if they come out to say all these things, how sure are we that these people they're accusing will be investigated and they will go to jail? It will just be the same, because you know how many investigations these people have and nobody have been prosecuted. No, I have never seen anybody went to jail like for corruption, especially for this kind of money. Look at what people had in need of a road over that water. Children are dying in that water. You check it out. Women and men are dying it. But no, people stealing millions of dollars.
Yeah. And something that you and I were talking about, and this story is a developing story, so we'll bring it to you in as time permits. But you remember, it's like the mismatch of people. There's somebody here who never even worked in an administrative position. Then you take them to go make them head of the MCSS, or maybe they're working in group. That to me, that's still corruption.
Yeah.
Okay. Somebody in this country who maybe had health system, then you go put in a major agency in the country. Okay.
So they got MBA.
Yeah.
If the person if you don't put a person in a relevant position or the relevant degree or the background they came from, how you expect them to operate in the other place you put in? They will not know what to do.
No. And you myself were talking, it's not necessarily about going to school and getting a degree. It's what did you do or what have you done with your degree. Grace, you my second say that we can, these days it's easy to sometimes get a degree, especially if you apply yourself. But then you can't just get a degree and then you don't work in your field. You get no relevant. Like you can use the labor employment law, labor law person. You say no relevant experience.
Yes.
Okay, in your field.
So they put the person in that position just like that.
Make them tap.
Yeah. But then the thing is that, okay, if the person has that degree and you put them in that position, they could also go with trainings and stuff. And
that's true. That's true.
That would happen because they have to have a stage 1 to be able to.
Yes.
But that man, what his background he came from, has nothing to do with LTA.
Yeah.
So that's the problem. You take a woman who did social science for her master, you carry her away to sit her, you say you're going to be her on the boat or sit her. Does it add up?
No.
How do you expect her to operate?
That's corruption to me.
Yeah,
that corruption?
Yeah, that corruption. How do you expect her to operate in that position when she has no background, no school background, nothing background, but you put her there, you say she should survive in that position because of partisanship. It doesn't matter. That's why you take it away from the country like that.
Partisanship. And you made a good point, and I want people to hear us because I don't want, after the show, people say, oh, you gotta have experience and blah, blah, blah. It's just, you can transfer skill sets, okay? Yeah. But that's why we interview people. That's why I'm sure you the labor law expert here.
Yeah, that's human resources and employment.
Yes, that's why you interview people so you can see, you can ask them questions to be able to explain how they can transfer their skill set from one area to the other, and then you can see it. Okay, then I can make some decisions about, okay, maybe this person got this background, but they have, they capable, they flexible
already in this particular
critically think.
Yeah,
but you sit down, you just get a degree, you sit down, you do nothing with it. Then they tell you they go put you in high opposition. That our country gotta be fixed, seriously.
It has to be. And so is there any way you want to take some course? Because since you took your how to break, you relax. You want to take some course that people call in Brother Andrew? Mr. Ansu Salif? Yeah.
So we are back. Yeah. So let's announce the numbers for those of you listening. You've been on my bike to call. It is time now for you to put in your call, and I'll definitely answer you. 0776 927472. Once more, +2 31 776 927472. Add the numbers for you to call tonight, and just have to say we have the team you're already in studio. Our panel is on. You've been following the long discussion on the political laws here on Truth FM. You can have us here on 0776 927472. The numbers for you to call 776 927472. So while we wait on the call logs for call to come in, we'll keep the discussion on, but 0776 927472. The numbers for you to call this morning for those of you who've been fighting and who've been calling me or true or call and have a serious on the political launch this morning.
Well, while you keep your line open, I want to play this video. Let the people call in while everybody going to bed. I will like before you take any call, I want to play the video. It was kind of funny to me, so I want to share it with the people. And look this. Follow them.
I get it right to take photo here and video. So we'll just leave it.
And so when you make of this, what happened?
I say I don't know what happened because it's interesting.
This is exactly what you see. What you see is that it tells you how the law enforcer back home here, that's how they operate. And it's just so disappointed to see, police officer. And I know someone say it happened in every part of the war because they are very quick at defending. But to see a police officer, this is complete harassment on a keke. In case a bug who are carrying to a drainage or someone, you dumb him. You just carry him somewhere to a hole and just dump him. When it comes to applying or enforcing the law, they overdo it so much, especially in the traffic. That the police officer here, they say they get the salary, everything that on course. The police officer on keke.
So what? So let me. I want to ask what happened. So
what? Carrying one arrest.
Huh? You are what?
You were carrying one arrest. You were trying to maybe to pull that keke over, and the keke meant to refuse it. So that's the whole. That's the wahala you see there. So the keke man. Yeah, policeman saying, keke, you have to go. Keke man saying, I will not stop. So the best or the only way to stop that keke man is to get on that keke anywhere he goes in time where he riding. The two of them be together until the day end.
Oh, I don't do that.
Sometimes the guys they even get on a commercial vehicle. You come really, you go Douala, they will get on the taxi or lay down on the taxi.
But honestly, I'm concerned. I'm concerned because I was wondering why the keke driver was not stopping. He actually stopped and he got out. You were trying to pull the police. You do that thing to police, you will be.
And the Papa died. The police were fighting for him.
Yes.
The keke driver was arguing that he was the police.
Yes.
The police were arguing for him.
Why wouldn't he stop and say, because the police at the point to me now is in a position of power and is stopping. Maybe he's not stopping. Maybe he's not stopping for a reason. Maybe he's just harassing a man. And that's why I didn't see. But I actually saw the keke driver being disrespectful, not following the rule of law. That's how I saw it.
Yes, that's just how when it comes to being very lawless in this country.
Lawlessness.
Why you see? Why you just saw clear just now.
Very clear.
That's how everything just going on. Maybe the entire discussion started about pulling him over. He said, "No, you cannot do that." Maybe that police officer that is as usual happy to that spot, to that junction, and all the keke in exactly guys and knows about him. So when it comes to respecting our law enforcement, it's so difficult.
Because
very difficult.
I wish he had backup because you were there by yourself. But let me just tell you, when police pull you all in the country, there's two people you should fear: the judges and the police. Those two people.
But the thing that's funny to me is that I heard the how the keke man stopped the car and he trying to hold the police. And the police like, no, leave me on, leave me. Oh, I just
you see that I mean, there's something that it didn't make it like wow.
The country is really in a total mess. It is.
Yes, I think the
police officer taking risk with his life.
Yes,
taking risk with his life. That can get me. We can go domain or gutter or hole or somewhere, and just jump that. They can get boss and just jump down from the keke and lie to just roll. And the people then go for them somewhere.
It was scary though. It was scary.
Very
but yeah, you need a backup, some kind of backup. They gotta put some kind of thing in place where You know, if you're going to be stopping people, that is dangerous.
That's a lack of training, when because there's certain techniques that the police are trained with in such a situation. I don't think that one of the techniques there for that man to have hung on a car or he had drop.
I tell you,
Yeah, in that kind of traffic.
it flew off his head, and he was still going.
And he was saying, then they parked, and the man holding him, and they said, "Leave me alone."
Yeah.
I mean, the police that they have they have made themselves so cheap in the country that the people ain't got no respect for them whatsoever. Nothing will never say will happen in other countries. It don't happen here.
Nope.
Sure.
Are you kidding me? Do you think police will come pull you over? Then you go be even on a bike set.
In fact, the kind of police car then I was not chasing that one again before you reach the player going. It's crazy, but we're moving on. We just want to
yes
announce our CMC program this weekend.
Yes.
I'm gonna put a flyer up here, but it's singing on.
Some people got a hero to make a maggie. Some people got a hero to make you.
Amen.
Your hero is your hero. My hero is my hero. My hero, now 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 my hero.
So our introduction and installation program is going to be held in Minnesota, Minneapolis this weekend. Come June 21st on Saturday, we're going to be doing a big introduction of Citizens Movement for Change CMC to the Minnesota Liberian community and the friends of the Liberian community, telling them about CMC, Citizens Movement for Change, about where we are going, and where we want to end up. And we're going to introduce them at the same time. We're going to install our first chapter in the Diaspora USA in Minnesota. And we are looking forward to this. So this will be on June 21st, 2025 at 5:30 at the Brookdale Covenant Church Hall, 5139 Brooklyn Boulevard, Brooklyn Center, Minnesota 55429. We have the contact information. We are asking the community to join us. There will be a lot of things going on at that program. We have a lot of fun. We'll have food for you, and we'll make sure that you learn more about CMC. We want you to come and join us, and let's move into a better place in our country and also in our community here in the diaspora. Let's join together and think about doing great works in Liberia and help, the system to change through CMC. So we'll be introducing a lot of stuff. We have our 7 years there for sale. We are bringing T-shirts, and we'll have, other things going on. Just come and be surprised and be happy. You get to meet Dr. Francine, the most famous Liberian woman ever. You get to meet Dr. Francine. You get to meet.
You want me to go, huh?
I know when you go.
You're talking.
You get to meet me and a lot of other CMC chairpersons.
Yes.
You get to meet Dolores Shocks. She is the Midwest chair.
Talk. You meet her.
You meet me, the Queen of Straight Talk. You get to meet Dorothy Adoka.
Yes.
She is the queen of telling you how it is.
Yes.
Yes. She's so very funny and welcoming. She will be there. We have our little sister, Seba Sumo. She will be there.
Yes.
Our chairperson for the Northeast Diaspora USA, Mr. J. Victor Nangwe. He's also going to be there. Our vice chair for Administration USA, Mr. Jerome Gaiman. He's going to be there live. Mr. Gaiman brings a lot of life to the party. You're going to enjoy him being there. Just him being there is fun, and a whole lot of other CNCmers going to be there. The team in Minnesota, the entire leadership team, they're going to be there. Mr. Johnson Chester Doe, he is leading that team. He's going to be there. Mr. Mohammed Dole, he's going to be there. Very, very powerful mobilizer. Mr. William Kennedy.
Yeah.
Mr. Kennedy is going to be installed as the recruitment mobilizing chair for the entire USA. He's going to be there. So come and let's, lift these men up and, install them and let's party with them, because at the end of the day, we're going to party. We Liberians now. At the end of the day, we got to party. Yeah, we got our DJ there. We strong, going on. The DJ will be in action. And I learned today that Mr. Chokon Page is going to be our MC. Excited.
Nice.
Chokon is a very good MC. He does that very well. So I'm happy to have him.
Very nice.
It's that program. And, a lot of people will be there. I mean, our whole recruitment team. Mr. Eric Dorman, he's going to be there, a strong recruitment officer. He's going to be there. Looking forward to seeing all those CNCers. So come and have fun with us. It's free to enter. We're not charging you anything. We'll get you free drinks. We'll get you free food. Come and you're part of listen to what we have to say and make up your mind. And join CMC. Join CMC. I mean, come, let's do the work. Liberia can be a better place through you and myself. It's not one person, it takes a village. It takes a courage from us in the diaspora to help to bring that change to Liberia. Our people in the country can't do it by themselves. We have to lace with them because we are all Liberians. At the end of the day, we all looking for the betterment of Liberia. How the Nigerians then they can go home every vacation. Oh, going back to Nigeria, go to my village. The car running, the put for the light there, water running. Flash toilet, everything. When you go to Liberia, your own village, you go and live. We are village like in the 1930s. Think about that. Think about that. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, so it says become a vessel for change. That will be your era to become a vessel of change. Yes.
Yeah. So Ansu, if you got anybody in America here, you got any Jew here or I say here, you ain't got no Jew here for you to tell them to come to the program.
You got you been here? I was laughing.
Yeah, Minnesota there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we'll have people that we invite them over.
Of course. Yeah. So that's it. I mean, we have reached our time, and anybody have called in?
Yeah, our calls are coming in. Calls are coming in.
Line again. That's surprise somebody, man.
Yeah, let's see, 6 minutes, 6 minutes. Call us. So those who are trying to get through, you can now place your call again. We'll surely pick you up. The first caller right there. Good morning. Come in, let me put your last speaker, please, my baby. Go ahead.
I said good morning, my dear.
Morning, let's hear you.
Yeah, I'm very happy to get you. The line can be chosen. Most of them I won't participate.
Okay.
Thank you for the hard work, and I would say thank you to CMC. And one thing I trust Mr. Benedict is it's a business-oriented person. It's a developmental person who has the mind open to development, the mind open to growth, the growth exponentially. But it has thinking, in 2029, it will be possible. Because we have almost people who took the two parties, which is CDC and United Party, almost like Barcelona and Real Madrid. If you know Baga and Real Madrid, if you know Real Madrid and Barcelona, who the opposition, different from United Party or CDC, can be making their headway on 2029. I said that thing because when I said that thing, when I look at Mr. Benedict supporter, Kumi went way down. Niba Kante where the supporter, the young went way down. I don't know when the man presented, the man went already reason for the speakership, then he was defeated. I don't know. People said trusting him as a nation or because it's related to religion or because it's Madigo and so on. I don't want to say asking my question, but they made the developmental person oriented person. Why?
Okay, thank you.
Where we are today.
Thank you for your point. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks for calling. Let's see what else.
Take your number. You are the first caller. Take your number down. He won himself for $5.
Yeah, let's see whether we can pick up something. Hey,
Did
my
you
grace.
take your number down?
Yeah, I got that ready.
Okay.
Let's see what we get in next caller. 776-9274-72. For those of you who are calling, you can place in your call on 0776-9274-72. Good morning.
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay, I really appreciate you. I doing? I'm never couple of Johnson.
Let's say that. Go ahead.
Okay, I want to appreciate you for the show. Also for pushing the agenda of CNC Citizen Movement for Change. You know, some people believe that we all is just like Barcelona, Real Madrid, Barcelona Tige, Madrid Tige. This time around, we want to introduce the ball to another team, which is CMC.
Okay.
So we need to.
Okay. All right. Oh my God, he go off. Sorry, let me call you off. I think I did tell you something.
Yeah, take it.
Sorry,
Number
though.
$5.
Yeah.
Take one more call. We gave me $15 out tonight.
The last one. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for the unique program. My name is Johnson. So I'm commonly called Jackie Renner. Other than the ESW Village Community.
Let's see how you go ahead.
So you choose your name?
The program is brought here in my
Look at
registering there. Say what she stated that when you go to Nigeria, you see that people villages, factory, current, all there was today. See our village, yeah, when you can't hear village. So which means what comes to my memory is that parents abroad, they are thinking how they have neighboring or African countries going on with their development, what have you. So they would have followed the same footsteps. So I feel it necessary to pray with a group that they will look back for our villages, to empower us for our villages to look at something too.
You said where you calling from again? Where you call from?
Here, there is a Tinga village community Kensoro.
And which country you from?
I'm from Grand Bassa.
Oh, okay.
Take it.
Yeah, the name again, Jackson?
Jackson is commonly called Jackie Wright.
Okay.
Wait now.
All right.
Why you from what they call Jackie Right?
Unique program.
Thank you.
I brought here in my house.
Oh, you are crying?
$5.
It helps me when I look at the Nigerian show, look at the Ghanaian,
Yeah.
and what have you, and then compare to what that the origin is there, and then make a comparison, compare, contrast. I cry.
Don't cry, man. Don't cry. Don't cry. Rub your tears. Don't cry, big. You don't cry.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, don't cry.
I'm not going to be with that ability, that the program or the organization. You are
Thank you.
Amen.
Thank you, but I mean, me and Madam Grace here. Oh,
Yeah.
It's
Don't
okay.
cry, man. I get them already.
Anymore.
Jackie could have cried, so I was safe.
Yeah, no, but you have to save the 3 people that call. The calls
Yeah.
over now. We're about to leave. Those
Yeah.
people when they tell $5 for calling in tonight, you know, we just wanted to grace them because yesterday we need to come or do that an hour day to win the money, but you never know what will happen on this show. This is CMC. That's what we do. So that is answer, but you know our Minnesota mobilizers, they were on the streets the other day. They were mobilizing. This is a leadership team. So I think Ansu should play them before we leave. And see what it was saying there. You got it for him? No sound.
We'll record. They are the end. We come doing that thing on the 21st.
Give me invitation when you come to support the process and be part of it. We need your idea involved. We need people on board.
But you actually after you do that. Yeah, we will record. They are the end.
Sorry if you don't like that, but that's what we're going to encourage our community members to come there to be part of this. We need your idea. All right. Thank you, man. Nice meeting you. All right.
CMZ all day, all night. So we'll see you on the 21st.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
On the 21st, Saturday.
Tell somebody and tell somebody and tell somebody.
All right.
I got a little invitation for you guys. You want our invitation, please?
What is it for?
It's about CMC. It's a new political party. We're having a launching on Saturday.
We don't live here though.
Yeah, man, you can stitch you up.
Where you live? Where you from?
It's 3 hours away.
Fargo?
Iowa.
Oh,
Yeah.
Iowa.
When
Oh.
she said 3 hours, no straight. It's a new political party, and we're having our launching on Saturday. This Saturday. We really want you
New
to be there.
political party. What
Yes.
you guys doing? What y'all doing? Why y'all doing the political party?
Why you need to
That's
come
why
in
you
here?
need to come there.
Why you need to come in here?
Brief introduction. What you
When you come there, you will know more about
We're gonna be doing launching.
launching.
We're gonna be launching the party here in Minnesota.
So what is the party for? Who? First of all, is it going to Liberia or Spain?
It's already in Liberia.
It's in Liberia.
Okay.
The party is in
So
Liberia.
what change are you bringing to our country?
That's why you need to
That's
come.
why you need to come in here, Bob.
And the idea you have is also important. Come
No,
there
the
and
thing
share
is,
with us.
we are gonna make the change together. Your idea, our idea, and everybody together. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Collective effort.
Yeah, we already got one.
One
Come there. Come to the CMC
I want on Saturday,
program.
the 21st of June. And what time is that home? Okay. If you want to, I'm on every day. So if I see you Saturday, I guarantee you see me in the living room.
Yes, Tony.
That's why I do everything on it.
I'm the 5 o'clock. Thank you. Thank you, Mama.
Serious grown up boys. Serious grown up boys. CMC grown up boys.
They're part of the change.
We're bringing change to Liberia.
I see.
We want people to be part of the history making.
No more so say one, so say all.
It's gonna be great.
There you go.
Don't be told.
Yeah, be there.
Be there. Be part of history
Yeah,
making.
yeah.
It will be
yeah.
great.
I like that. I like
want to see
that.
a lot of people.
I like that.
Be your input.
There you go, guys.
Yeah. My sister, how are you?
I said,
Hey, give him
Madam,
a-
CMC.
We invited him to
Saturday.
it's a new political party that's been established back home, and then we're trying to launch it here in Minnesota. CMC. All right? Yeah,
Yeah.
Citizen Movement for Change.
I'm there.
We're gonna be launching a party right here.
I'm be part of history.
Please come and be
Yeah.
a part of it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yep.
My name is Chester. Happy. Thank you for telling me happy Father's Day. I appreciate you. What's your name, man?
Oh, Sharon, I used to call Toy it in.
You know what?
They're like a way back, good family member.
You know,
A grown up man.
yes,
Yes.
the boys are on it.
Yes.
Yes.
They're working.
I'm really looking forward to meeting them. Oh no, yeah, we're really looking forward to meeting them, and the work has been very, very large. You know, I also want to mention that I want to tell the people who donate to CMC Cash Fridays, we appreciate you. That's the reason why we are able to actually let people win $5 because people donate this money. You know, and we are very, very happy that we still have people, Liberians, that still want to help people in Liberia in any way. So when they see you doing these things, they still donate to it for us to be able to carry it on. And that's the reason why we are able to, you know, give our people that they $5 course and stuff like that. Yeah, so we want to thank them to all our donators, our donors. I don't want me to call their nigga. I won't call their name. They say, "Oh, don't call my name." So that it. I want to say thank you. You know, 3 persons won tonight. And we want to thank the guys in Minnesota, CMC leadership in Minnesota. They're about to get they make a history. They will be the first CMC chapter ever to be established in the great United States of America, and that chapter will be established in Minnesota. Minnesota people don't play. They're making sure that the first chapter be established in Minnesota because you know where to be, the place to be, right?
Place to be. A lot of Liberians.
Yeah, the Liberians in Minnesota are very together. I want to admire about them. So let's see what happens on Saturday. We'll get to meet a lot of them, and we're looking forward to that. So thanks, guys. It'll be a nice show tonight, and you know everything went well. And so I know you want to take a break.
Yeah, thank you.
Y'all got anything else to say before we leave?
Oh, nothing. We say thanks to our audience. Thanks to those studies. They were able to get through the phone line. For those who try calling, you can join us again on Thursday. We'll be back here again with another edition of For the Political Lodge. Thanks to Dr. Richardson and Madam Grace.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And then you tell the people when they will receive the money.
More money.
So yeah, so to you, Winox, yeah, that's it at 8 o'clock this morning. 8:30 should be the latest.
Okay. All right. Thanks, guys. Good evening, good morning, Liberia, and good evening, America diaspora. We love you guys.
CMC, for the people, by the people, and to the people. Citizens movement for change. Oh yes, a new day has come. Yes, a new day has come. Rise up, Liberia. CMC, for the people. CMC, by the people. Let us join our hands together to build a better life. CMC, CMC, for the people. CMC, by the people. Let us join our hands together to build a better life. Equity, national unity, transparency, accountability, social justice, integrity. CMC core values. CMC Global. It is a new day for Liberia. It is a new day for the people. Let's all together. Let's all together. It's a unity. It's a CMC. The land of liberty, the land of freedom, the love of liberty brought us together. Let's hold together in peace and unity to build a better Liberia. CMC, CMC, for the people. CMC, by the people. Let's hold together in peace and unity to build a better Liberia. CMC, CMC, for the people. CMC, by the people. Let's hold together in peace and unity to build a better Liberia. CMC, yes, 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 the time has come. CMC, for the people, by the people, and to the people. Citizens movement.